When I used to see news reports about refugees, families forced to abandon their homes and endure unthinkable conditions, I felt compassion, maybe offered a prayer and hoped circumstances would improve. But then I was back to my normal routine here in America. The reality was, what could I possibly do? I was just an ordinary man with no direct connection to people suffering halfway across the world.
Every moment you feel like you're in a prison. Even breathing becomes difficult.
We're like dead bodies moving around. We can't talk. We can't do anything.
This is a country where women are increasingly being pushed out of view. Their freedoms crushed bit by a relentless series of diktats. The latest, a published law. This section says that if a woman must leave her home out of necessity, she's obliged to cover her face and body, and her voice must not be heard.
Concerns are growing over new Taliban laws banning women's voices and bare faces in public in Afghanistan.
Women's rights are under threat.
Amira worked in the intelligence service. The Taliban have been targeting former officials like her, and she says she fears for her life.
Forced to return to a homeland most have never set foot in before. Afghan families clamber into colourful trucks. Possessions piled high. They've been ordered out of Pakistan, having lived here for generations.
Wide awake, all the memories are on replay. I reach for you, but you're thousands of miles away. Every heartbeat, every breath is filled with thoughts of you. I am so lost without you, and I don't know what to do.
All of that progress, all of those hundreds of thousands of individual struggles for freedom vanished the moment the Taliban took power here.
Psalms 82 verses 3 and 4 says, "Defend the poor and the fatherless. Do justice to the afflicted and the needy. Deliver the poor and needy and free them from the hand of the wicked." This scripture was given to me when I started the One Rescues. I felt it was important to follow this scripture. It was like a mandate from God to me to do justice to the afflicted and the needy, and to, if anybody was like captured or caught by the hand of the wicked, I was to help free them. There was no geographical boundaries put on this scripture, and I had no idea where to begin looking for these people that needed freeing. Where are these people that need a rescue? I asked the Lord if He really wanted me to rescue people. I was a little nervous about this whole thing. I'd never done rescues before, and so I wasn't really sure how to go about doing it or even where to find them. So I just said, Lord, if you really want me to rescue people, then send me somebody to rescue. 7 days later, in fact, I get an email and the subject line says, "Save our lives, we want to live." It was 2 young girls running from the Taliban and their brutal father with Taliban links. And this is how we got started with rescuing Afghan girls. In fact, we're still in the middle of this same rescue. It turned out to be more than just the 2 young girls, but a family of 7. We've had to move them 4 times in a little over a year for their safety, and their living conditions are pretty difficult. They only have electricity 2 to 4 hours a day, and the water to the community has been cut off as well. This is a form of persecution that they're having to endure. They can't leave the house for fear of arrest or deportation. So we bring them food and water and supply their needs every month until we can resettle them into Canada, which is a long process. And we have another young Afghan girl we're helping. She was a journalist on national TV and in the public eye. And when the Taliban took over, she became a target. Her father was captured by the Taliban and was asked to give up her location. And when he wouldn't do it, they killed him. They then captured her 3 brothers and they've disappeared. Then the Taliban tried to marry her off to a commander 30 years older than her. This is when she fled into Pakistan. But life in Pakistan is extremely difficult to live for Afghans, especially when they don't have a passport, visa, and no way to make money. Pakistan is actively carrying out mass deportations of Afghan nationals as I'm doing this video.
I actually came outside because it reminds me that I'm free. I can be outside. I can walk on trails, shop in stores. I'm free to live, pursue my goals and my dreams. You know, the girls in Afghanistan are not. They have lost all rights. They are alive but not living, banned from attending school beyond the 6th grade, not able to work a job, confined to their homes unless they have a male escort. It's not a life. Take a listen to this short video from a young girl that we're rescuing.
اکنون در افغانستان دختران مانند مردگان زنده‌اند، یعنی مانند سایه‌های زنده‌اند، همچون زندانی در قفس و زندگیشان روز به روز و مرتب با ناهمجاری‌ها، مشکلات، استرس و ناامیدی روبرو هست. همچون ساکت ناپیدا در تاریکی. رویاهایشان دفن شده و صدایشان دیگر شنیده نمی‌شود. به نظر من این زندگی نیست. این آرام آرام رفتن به مرگ تدریجی است. یعنی مرگ آرام. و هیچ کلمه به اندازه کافی قوی نیست که من بتوانم این وحشت را واقعا توصیف کنم. هدف من در زندگی همیشه آزادی بود و هست. این که صدای آزادی برای زمانی باشم که محکوم و سکوت شده‌اند. میخوام با عنوان یک دختر با حقوق انسانی و مدنی برابر زندگی کنم. رویا ببینم و آینده خودم را بسازم. مبارزه من تنها برای خودم نیست، بلکه برای تمام دختران سرزمینم، برای تمام زنان رنجیده افغانستان تا بتوانند در رفاه زندگی کنند و شایسته کرامت انسانی و زندگی آرامش.
Many are trying to escape the Taliban rule and fleeing into Pakistan for safety and in search of a better future. Unfortunately, they quickly find that Pakistan is extremely difficult, creating a sense of hopelessness and desperation. I know these stories are just that. They're stories of obscure people living halfway around the world, and why should we do anything? Well, for one thing, Jesus doesn't see geographic lines. He's the king of the whole earth. These are his sheep that need rescuing, and it doesn't matter to him what country they're located in. You know, I chose to help, to make my life count for something, and to rescue these young girls facing the most desperate and vulnerable times of their lives. But I don't think the Lord has asked me to do this alone. It's just too big for me. And I'm looking for people that don't care about geographical boundaries, that are willing to rescue people anywhere, that are willing to dive into unfamiliar cultures and encourage those that are suffering. You know, we actually chat with these refugees and we can encourage them daily. We're looking for people that are willing to love on people from various religious backgrounds and be that good Samaritan that Jesus tells us about. So if you want to help me rescue these girls, let me know. I really need your help and would love to partner with you.